Imholte. I guess I'll go into it now. But in a certain way. He was last week accused of abusing his wife, headbutting her and choking her, and again, you can refrain from whatever you want to say about him. But he's presented himself as this truth teller, and it's like, okay, well, his two ex-wives were besties at one point, and he's been accused of choking and headbutting April, and you can get into this or not, but
here's what I'll say. I'm going to say the same thing about Aaron that I've said basically every time. Aaron, on what he says. Aaron is his own man. He gets to say whatever he wants to say. He has his own show, and I hope he makes $1 million. People can assess his credibility without my input. A brief statement on the allegations of the that were in the restraining order petition that then allude back to allegations of domestic abuse between Aaron and April. All of that shit happened. All of those allegations and stuff happened before I had even first encountered April, which was, I was on one Simpcast with her in late 2022 or early 2023. I don't remember. And then I didn't re-encounter the Imholtes until September of last year. So all of that stuff happened before I met them, and I'm not involved in that situation. I don't know anything about it other than what people have read in the in the petition that was leaked or whatever. Like, so I can't really comment on it. I don't know.
This might be a guy protecting a woman from spousal abuse, right? Like, and you don't have to confirm that or deny that, but
I want to address that real quick. There's a tendency for some people to try and promote themselves as some sort of noble, generous hero or whatever. Look, guys, my concern right now in all of this is that I have an ongoing felony charge. And right now I'm focused entirely on getting my children back where they belong in their home with their parents. So I'm not, if people want to speculate on any sort of motivations and stuff when they don't have any of the external details, that's what the internet does. It's great at speculation and gossip. And what I'll say is this, the people involved can speak for themselves if they choose to. And it's not my job to do that for anybody. So I'm not claiming to be any sort of hero. I'm not claiming there's a reason to be a hero. That's other people can go ahead and do their self-hero promotion all they want. I'm worried about my felony, and I'm worried about my family. That felony charges, to be clear before someone has a fit, but I'm worried about the felony charges, and I'm worried about my family. Trying to concern myself with any other thing that's not there.
Do you think he'll go to jail?
Me?
Yeah.
I fucking hope not. It's look, man, I did my overnight at the county lockup, and it wasn't pleasant. It wasn't the worst thing ever. I just mostly slept because I have narcolepsy. So I just laid down, went to sleep, woke up. There was another shitty meal there, and did that again until my arraignment. But it's Minnesota. Like, I can briefly talk about this because it's a general thing.
Sure, go ahead.
Minnesota has codified sentencing guidelines. Congress got together, wrote a law that says, here's how a first-time offender, as far as the grid is concerned, like speeding tickets and shit don't count. So I'd be a first-time offender. If speeding tickets counted, we know.
Oh my God, I saw those. Oh my God, he didn't show.
Is the judge will sentence you to the 44 or 48 months,
And
whatever it
suspend
is.
it, right?
Right. And they'll suspend it out and you're put on probation. You may have county jail time and you may have a fine imposed, but the presumptive sentence is not going to prison. There's some flexibility in there, but deviating from that in Minnesota requires the judge to actually have reasons, and that shit's appealable. So, look, the perspective outlook on us, if everything just kind of goes normal and then ends up with us being found guilty, like if we went to trial and we're found guilty, so no like plea deal, leniency or anything like that, that would be a perspective or a presumptive stage sentence of it's like I said, it's either 44 or 48 months, and then we'd be put on probation for like a year or 2 years. Now, a whole shitload of things could happen in the meanwhile, right? Like they could determine that we don't meet the criteria for second degree possession and it should be third, or they could decide that they found us running like in really weird theory, like I could get charged with a felony, do a speedy trial, and have that trial have me convicted, and then I'd be I'd be a second time offender, right? Like all of those things could change the outcome, but the presumptive sentence would have no prison time. And as far as jail time goes, it's impossible to say what a judge would do, and I'm not aware of anything that the currently not aware of any plans of the county for things like if they wanted to pursue aggravating factors or whatever. We just don't have enough. We don't have any information about that stuff yet. We're way too early in the process. So 10 days, I believe it is. 10 days to just have a one-time shot to remove a judge and to change them out. So the judge in my criminal case was the judge in my civil case, which is ongoing. And I requested to have that judge changed. Sure. So it's like in two parts. One is Nick presented himself. Well, let's do it in, backwards order of what I was going to do. Am I the same person that I was when I started streaming? Well, no. One, I think streaming itself changes you because you place yourself in this in the public eye. And then, that's more sort of stimulus or input into who you are. You get criticism, you get compliments, you get commentary about who you are at a far accelerated rate. If you think about how long it takes you walking around your town to encounter 1,000 people, and yet right now in this live stream, we got like a couple thousand people watching right now. So you got a couple thousand people who are possibly giving you input, calling you or whatever. Whereas when I walk around town, only about like 35, 45 people call me. And so that changes you. I mean, it just does. Plus, I'm just significantly older than I was 6 or 7 years now.